Hello, everyone. This is Joanna Deninas. Thanks for watching. Happy 4th of July weekend. What a great time to reflect on how we can make America better with good, sound moral values. How we can work on having greater inner strength and courage instead of a big dominating ego. The topic for today's podcast is called All About Respect. I have to admit, the first thing I think about when I hear the word respect is the Aretha Franklin song. The song calls for everyone's right to be respected. But what does that mean exactly? We are all human, and yes, we are inherently deserving of respect, but sometimes we don't honor that for others. For those that have seen some of my other podcasts, I bring up the golden rule quite often. In fact, it is the main guiding principle behind the mission for REACHE, which stands for righteous engagement in accountability and change for everyone. The question is everyone deserving of respect, even though they have a right to it? The answer to that requires thinking of the other person in any type of relationship, from an acquaintance to a close family member. It's very easy to demand what we want and say anything that comes to mind when we are expressing ourselves to others. But is what we say and do to others justifiable? Is what we say factual, truthful, or appropriate? Is what is said taken too seriously in an environment? Or is it said in response to an unjustifiable provocation? Recently, a White Sox fan made a comment to Ketel Marte, an Arizona Diamondback player, at one of the games. It was a negative reference made about Ketel's mother, which struck a deep emotional chord with Ketel, because his mother, unfortunately, is no longer with us on this earth plane. Now, anyone who is empathetic would feel sorry for Ketel, seeing him cry on the field in the middle of the game. If one didn't feel sorry, I'd say that's a very good indication that that person lacks empathy. Perhaps a 22-year-old fan who said it didn't realize the true ramifications of what they said. They may or may not have known that Ketel Marte's mom was killed in a car accident, even though it was announced in the media that she died in a car accident when the Diamondbacks player was in Chicago to play the Cubs. This is why we must think about what we say before we say it, and first determine if it's appropriate anywhere, and then if it's appropriate to say in the environment we are in. Ketel Marte made the following media statement, in quotes, "We have to do something about the fans. They're going too far. They always shout things about me, but not about my mother. Everyone knows that my mother died in an accident and nothing. We're praying for him, for the guy who shouted and for his family, you know? May God protect him. May God protect him and cleanse his heart. They always shout things at me, but I don't pay attention. But when they talk about my mother, it's a different story." End quote. In my opinion, what the fan had to say to Ketel was not acceptable in any environment. And just because Ketel is a famous baseball player, he is human too and experiences emotions just like everyone else. Just because he is well known or a sports star should not be a reason for him or anyone else who is well known in the media to be subjected to such a personal attack towards him or to one of his family members. This should be a general rule or a natural law across the board for everyone. Hopefully, the fan who said what they said has a certain level of empathy and mistakenly chose the wrong thing to say. However, as Ketel Marte had said, we must pray for this 22-year-old individual. I'll add, and somehow manage to forgive what was said. Apparently, Major League Baseball banned the fan indefinitely from games at all stadiums. The question is, will this punishment be effective and actually teach this 22-year-old fan a lesson, or will it only make things worse, encouraging continued or worse behavior towards others in the future? The truth is, hurt or weak people hurt people. If we are judging actions and actions have a cause and effect, Whether a person is deserving of punishment or not, nothing good will come out of banning the 22-year-old from future games at all stadiums. It might just harden them further, leading to increased negative behavior towards others. If the fan doesn't turn it around, they may just fit the profile of the next school shooter. An appropriate solution would be to send the young fan to mandatory therapy with a life coach or counselor, where they are given very much needed guidance and support. Now, if the fan lacks empathy or has a personality disorder, then I guess we should all brace for impact, because we could expect more and perhaps worse negative behaviors to follow without any improvement. I believe Catel's statement in the media was enough of an impactful message to send to that fan and to others. I'm sure there are fans in the stadium whom have exhibited worse behavior in the past, perhaps have a history of crime, yet those fans still have the privilege of viewing future baseball games in stadiums. Let's not delve out punishment just to make a statement to others, which may also be impossible to enforce, because that's not necessarily effective for others, and it's not helping the offending fan either. If the message contained in this video resonates with you, please consider joining the REACHE mission by visiting www.reache.group. REACHE is REACHE.group, GROUP. Please remember to spread the word. Perhaps we can make the world a better place together. Thanks again for watching. Until next time, goodbye.